What's happening, my friends? This is Ryan Ukomi, and as you can see, we're chilling at a beautiful park today, and I wanted to share with you the exact formula that I've been using to kick up the law of attraction and attract some really cool things into your life, like a free Apple iPad. You know, recently I came in second with the John LeBud testimonial contest. So I want to give a big shout out to every single person that voted, and you know, all the other contestants, and obviously JB. So before we go into the actual three-part training, I just want to share that with you guys, that without you, none of this would have even happened. So thank you. Just wanted to clear that out. So I'm going to share with you the three-step process that I use. It's very simple, but the reason that I feel that it actually works for at least myself is because when I first understood the law of attraction, it was great, super cool. I was like, wow, you can attract some amazing things. But through the evolution and growth of myself, I've realized and gotten to understand energy a lot more, and the concepts of energy, whether as it pertains to myself, other people, environments, picking up on energy, being aware of it. So I've gotten myself to a level where I'm very aware of how to work with energy and how to use it in a way that is going to benefit myself and other people. So I want to share with you guys how I do this, and you can apply it right away into your life. It's super cool, and I just hope you get a lot of value from this. So let's jump into it. The very first step that you need to do is you have to set the intention about what it is you want. So I'll give you an example. 3 weeks ago, I said to myself out loud, I am going to win a free Mac computer. I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't know when it's going to happen. All I know is that yes, it's going to happen, and yes, I will see the results. Now, I have a Mac, I use a Mac right now, but I actually wanted, my original intention was a new MacBook Pro, a new laptop, and this is a great example of specificity. I ended up with an iPad, but that's all good. I'm still grateful. Who knows? The MacBook's probably coming, right? But the thing is, what you really want to do is set the intention about what it is that you want, and you have to have belief and conviction in yourself. So you want to pour a lot of emotion into it. I know that can be hard for a lot of people. Now, the reason you want to do that is because when you pour a lot of emotion into what you want to attract, it speeds everything up. So what we're really dealing with here is a higher source of energy. So whatever you believe in, if it's Buddha, Allah, Jesus, you know, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is your higher source. You want to tap into that higher source and take the context out of you being the person that goes out and does the work, and you want to kind of just hand it over to that higher power and let it not take the action, but let it manifest into your life for you. Okay, so that starts with setting the intention. So step number one is you have to set the intention about what it is. So you have to make a decision, because it won't happen until you make the decision. So the decision I made 3 weeks ago is I was going to get a free Mac computer. So that was a materialistic goal. You can apply this to a spiritual goal, or else even a relationship, anything that you want to experience in your life, anything at all. Step number two is what you have to do, or maybe I should say not do, is you must not dig up your seeds. So you cannot think about why it hasn't shown up yet. Why didn't this happen fast enough? Where is it now? Why isn't this happening? All of those things stop the process, and you know, in my opinion, the universe says, well, okay, you don't believe in it, then we're going to start off from square one again, and we're going to start this whole process again. So when I had set the intention 3 weeks ago about the Apple product, about the Mac, I said to myself, this is what's going to happen. I know it. I have conviction and belief in myself and in the higher sources that be. I'm just going to let it manifest. And I let it go. So I never dug up my seed. I knew that it was going to happen. I put it in there. I let it grow. And I put it in the right place, which is your mind. So I let that happen. So the second step is you must not dig up your seeds. You want to let it unfold and let it happen naturally. So if you're thinking about it every day, you're sending an unconscious signal out there, and a conscious signal too, that you don't actually believe it's going to happen. So faith is the absence of fact. you need to have absolute 100% faith that it's going to happen. That can be hard, I understand, but you practice, practice, practice. So have absolute faith that it's going to happen. The third step, super simple, a lot of people miss it, it's taking action. And I'm not just talking about taking any action, you have to be taking what's called inspired action. So once you've gone through setting the intention, now you've gone into not digging up your seeds, the third step is the universe will deliver the how. Once the how shows up, it's time to take inspired action. Now, here's the deal. I got an email from Jonathan Budd. Said this contest that he was having, testimonial contest. Even before I opened the email, I knew that I was going to win that contest. I didn't know what place, but I knew I was going to win it. So sure enough, I opened the email, and first place is this amazing trip to go see him, cruise around his R8. Second place is an Apple iPad. And instantly, intuitively, I'm like, I'm going to win that iPad. I didn't know how, I just knew, and it was like everything clicked. Now, call me crazy because the first place trip would have been outstanding, but I knew it wasn't meant for me. I knew it wasn't the right time, and it sounds crazy, right? But it's not. I knew that the iPad was something that I could manifest and that I was going to manifest. So what I had done is, as soon as I saw that email, I felt it in my heart that was how the universe had just delivered it. Now it's time to take action. So all I did is I got busy. I put a storyboard, I laid everything out, I drew it all out on paper. Next, got somebody to hold the camera for me, went out and took all the shots that I wanted to take for filming. Then I went back and did all the editing, and the whole process was about a day and a half worth of work, but I took inspired action. I had a ton of fun while doing it. It was awesome, and I did it out of love. I just had so much fun doing it that I knew I was on the right path and I was in flow to doing it. So that's the last step. You want to take action. Now, once I finished shooting the video, because we were dealing with a contest and I didn't have control of the outcome because it was up to the community to voting. So what I had done is, after I finished creating the product, I went back to faith. And I knew that it was going to get ranked, and I knew that I would have a great shot at winning a piece of that competition. So I went back to faith and just believing and knowing that it was going to happen. And at that point, I had let everything go. It was out of my hands. The universe delivered me exactly what I had asked. I saw it, I took the action on it, and again, I let it go. It was out of my hands at that point. And lo and behold, from that point, from 3 weeks till actually winning, getting the email that I had won the free iPad, was the exact process I used. Yeah, it sounds simple, but what we're dealing with is just a higher source of energy. In my opinion, it creates life. It manages trillions of species at the exact same time. It pumps our heart. It gives us life. Everything you're looking at behind me that's green is green because of it. And you just get into that state of flow. And that state of flow will bring you, in my opinion, every single thing that you want to attract, you want to become, and you want to experience. And it's that simple, guys. I can't say anything more. That's exactly all that I did. And if anything, I hope that you walk away from this video with a few tips that you can actually apply into your life, and you can use these tips to manifest them, because the more emotion that you pour into something, the faster that will happen. I can guarantee you that. And this process that I just shared you is the exact process that I use to work with energy. It's the exact process that I use. I can't say enough. You just want to have undeniable, unwavering faith, believe in yourself, believe in the higher sources that be, and allow it to unfold once you've taken action. And that's it. So that's all I've got to say. Big thank you to everyone, and I hope you go and apply these techniques. If you have any other techniques that you want to suggest, or you found other ways that work for you too, by all means, please share them in the comment box below. And I hope you guys all have a great, outstanding rest of your day. Much appreciated, and we'll talk to you soon.
Still feeling myself, I'm like out of control. Can't stop now, more shots, let's go. 10 more rounds, can I get a KO? Pop around, she's trying to make me